Hey there, here we are with another video, and again my name is Max Turner. I'm the preacher at the Highland Church of Christ, and there are two purposes for this video. The second purpose is that I'm going to have some information to share with you. This information is going to be interesting, this information is going to be powerful, it is going to be faith strengthening. It's possible that you might be watching this video and you might think that you don't have faith. You might not think that this will be relevant to you. You may not believe in God's Word. You may not believe in God. But I promise the information that I'm going to share in this video, at the very least, will make you think. I guarantee it will make you think. I guarantee it will be interesting, powerful information. The first purpose, though, that I wanted to get across is to all of our members at the Highland Church of Christ. I want you to know that through this Facebook page, we are going to have a video premiere on Sunday at 10:45 a.m. 10:45 a.m. is our typical time for worship at the Highland Church of Christ, and so I thought that would be convenient. That's when the video is going to be posted. It's going to premiere at 10:45. From the comfort of your own homes, we will all be united in our worship, and the video will have all 5 acts of worship. It will be adequate for us at this time. Again, I know that this is unfortunate that this is the way we're having to do it, but at least we're blessed enough to have this technology that we can worship with one another. 10:45, the video will go live on this Facebook page, the Highland Church of Christ page, so please like, please share it, please follow it, and stay tuned for Sunday morning. The information that I wanted to get across. Sometimes we look out into the world and we recognize the beauty of what's around us. In nature and everything that we can see that has been created, we see beauty, we see this awesomeness. Even looking up into the skies and looking at these heavenly bodies, the sun, the moon, the stars, we see this beauty of what's been created around us. There's a book by Dr. Seuss called Have I Ever Told You How Lucky You Are? The premise of the book is that there's this wise older gentleman, and he's talking about all these people in these unfortunate circumstances and how lucky we are to not be in that unfortunate circumstance. And so he says, have I ever told you how lucky you are? There's something I want to talk about that other people, when they look at it, they think, wow, we are so lucky. Here's what I want to talk about. This ball is going to represent the moon. The moon is one of those parts of nature, it's one of those parts of creation that you look out and you see its beauty. You look up into the sky and you can see the moon. But when you look up at it, it appears kind of small. I mean, using your fingers to kind of estimate its size, it seems small, but we recognize it's really, really big. It's just really, really far away. The moon is unique. Our moon is special, and this is why people say, oh, how lucky we are to have this moon. Our moon is roughly 1/4 the size of our Earth. Now that size ratio, this 4-to-1 ratio between the Earth and the moon, this is unique. No other known planet has this massive of a size ratio where our moon orbiting the Earth, orbiting our planet, is 1/4 of its size. But it appears small, big, in the sky, whatever you might say, it appears the same size as our sun when we look up into the sky. How is it that our moon and our sun appear to be the same size when we look up into the sky? We know that the sun is massive. The sun is much bigger than our moon. Well, here's the ratio that we have between the sun and the moon. Our moon is 1/400th the size of the sun. The sun is 400 times bigger than our moon. And yet when you look up into the sky, they appear to be the same size. This is because the sun, being 400 times bigger, is also 400 times further away, giving us the same size ratio when we look at them into the sky. Interesting, right? Lucky, right? Because given this ratio of the size between the two and the distance between the two, we're able to witness an eclipse. We're able to witness a point where the moon passes in front of the sun and they appear to be the same size, so the moon almost completely blocks out the sun. And people say, look how lucky we are, because we can witness this. Now there are 8, some people might say 9 planets in our solar system. Each of these planets has a varying amount of moons, but we're talking about roughly 175 different bodies that are orbiting these planets that we might describe as moons. 175 of them between our 8 or 9 planets. Do you know how many of them have the perfect size ratio and distance ratio between us and the sun? To stand on one of those planets, looking at the sun and to witness an eclipse with one of those moons. Do you know how many of those planets have this effect where they could witness an eclipse? The answer is 1. Earth has the only perfect ratio of size and distance with their moon to witness an eclipse. And therefore people say, well, look how lucky we are. Now, I know I've shared some of this information with the members of the Highland Church of Christ already, but there's something else I want to talk about, and for this we're going to use a couple different balls. This basketball now will be used to represent the Earth. And remember I said the Earth is roughly 4 times the size of the moon, so now this softball is going to be used to represent the moon for this next part of our display. I put this white stripe of tape around the basketball, and this is going to represent our equator of the Earth. We know that the Earth is orbiting around the sun. I know some people feel like they're the center of the universe, but actually we're orbiting around the sun. This Earth, as it orbits around the sun, we're going to imagine that in sort of this horizontal plane, that we orbit around the sun in this horizontal plane. But the Earth doesn't orbit around the sun straight up and down. As we spin, we're actually tilted at about a 30-degree angle. Now, different planets are tilted like this, different degrees. That's normal for us to be tilted at different degrees. But most planets with this tilt, their moon matches that tilt, and their moon orbits around their equator. It orbits around this line that I've put here. And so if the planet is tilted 30 degrees, you would think that the moon would orbit around the sun, and as it orbits around this planet at a 30-degree angle. But our moon is unique in that even though the Earth is turned at this 30-degree angle as it orbits the sun, our moon does not orbit around the equator of the Earth. Our moon stays in this horizontal plane as it orbits the Earth in the same horizontal plane as the sun. Again, this is unique. Again, this is special. What does that mean for us? Well, this means stabilization of the temperatures on the Earth. This is what controls the tides. This is what controls the seasons. This is what enables us to have life on this planet. Is that even though our Earth is tilted at a 30-degree angle as it orbits the sun, our moon does not match that tilt, but our moon stays in that same plane as the sun, and it gives us life. Look at how lucky you are. And you see, that's what a lot of people would say. A lot of people would look at this and they would recognize this data, this information, and they would say, we are so lucky to have this moon. To have this unique, special moon, they'd say, we are lucky. And this is a football. I don't know of any planets or moons that are the same shape of a football. But I know sports are canceled right now and a lot of people are missing this. So I thought putting this in the video might help our ratings. What I want to talk to you about next is that it's really not luck. It's really not chance that we have this special, unique moon. If you were to consider a sharpshooter, someone who could take a rifle, they could shoot at a target several hundred yards away, and when they hit that target, hear that ting, you would say, wow, what a lucky shot. But is that a lucky shot? I mean, that person aimed, they intended, that was their purpose, that was the design, that they would pull that trigger and that they were going to hit that target. That doesn't sound like luck to me. If we were to take the same rifle, put it in someone's hand, put a blindfold on them, and spin them in a circle as they fired wildly, well then if they hit the target, I would say that's a lucky shot. But a sharpshooter aiming at something in the distance, that's by design. That's his intention to hit that target. See, I bring this up because I think that this is the intention of our moon. I don't think it was luck. I don't think it was chance. I think it's there by design. In Genesis chapter 1, from the very beginning of your Bible, it says God had created the heavens and the earth. And that phrase is all-encompassing. God had created everything. God made everything. He gave it to us by design, by purpose. Now look here in Genesis chapter 1. I'll read from verse 14 as it begins day 4 of God's creation. It says, Then God said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons and for days and years. And let them be for the lights in the firmament of the heavens, to give light on the earth. And it was so. When it says, and it was so, it means that this was God's intention, that He designed it this way. And it says that He designed it there in verse 14, for signs and for seasons, which is exactly what we just discussed our moon gives us those seasons. It is a sign as we look up into the sky. God designed it that way, and it was so. Now look at verse 16. Then God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and that is our sun, and the lesser light to rule the night. And it says he made the stars also, but he made that lesser light to rule the night, and that is our moon. It is special, it is unique, it is life-giving, but it's not luck. God intended it to be this way. God designed it that it would be this way. That's what we're seeing in these ratios, in this difference between our moon and other moons, our planet and other planets. We're seeing this difference, and it's not luck, it's design. God has blessed us with that moon, and I think we owe it to Him to give Him the glory for what He's done. We thank Him every day for the different ways that He's blessed us, but He's blessed us in so many countless ways. We constantly owe Him this glory. I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that this is faith strengthening for you. I hope that this information makes you think. I look forward to seeing you all soon. I miss you. I pray for you. Hopefully, we'll be worshiping together very soon. Take care.